I don't think it's often you actually sit down and relax and just have that little moment or little time for yourself. I'm enjoying my cup of coffee this morning. I wish I brought some biscuits. I do like the chocolate hobnobs. They're quite nice there. Right, let's get to it. Time to harvest some of these. These cucumbers are the Louise F1 indoor variety. I think these were from DT Brown. I think I had the seeds from. I think it was $3.99 for the pack, but there's only, I think it was six seeds in the pack. But like I said, there's 3 on there. There's four on this one. There's another 2 and 1 behind me. I've harvested 3 already, and they're lovely. They're delicious. Like I say, they do grow quite long. You know, it's nearly the length of your arm on that one. Nice variety. I did grow the little cucumbers back last year. The ones with like the little spiky bits on the end, look like a pickle. Them ones, you know, they were nice. But these taste absolutely delicious, so I might grow these again. And obviously with the Louise F1 variety, they are self-pollinating, because I think it's 85 or 90% of these flowers on here are females, so you don't need the males to manually pollinate, or the bees to pollinate. But if the cucumber does get a bit stressed out, she will push out the male flower, and as soon as you see that on there, just give it a little, cut them off with the scissors, because you don't want that to pollinate with the female. Otherwise you'll have some nice bitter fruits, unless you like bitter fruit. I've tasted when I didn't like the bitter fruit before, but these, yeah, I'll harvest some of these today, and ready for later on with the salad. When you say harvesting, I haven't got nothing to put anything in. I haven't got a trug. That's one thing I didn't actually get. Let's have a little look. So I've just priced up the trug, and they range in between 14 to 48 pound just for the trug. I find that quite expensive. So we have to put something together. Let's have a look. So found some old scraps of wood, all pieces of handles there. Looks like broomstick. It's a bit lighter. Some piece of doorstop, and we have got a piece of pine shelf, which is quite light. Probably needs a stain or a paint, and we're going to try and make the trug. So I think the shelving is, yeah, 260. You want to half that to 130. Whoops. There's a straight edge. I don't think it's going to be that deep, but we're just going to half the shelf. Just going to split it down the middle. Yeah, 130 mil. I think that should be okay. 5 inches, yeah, I think it'll be okay. We're going to cut that in half, and then we got out 2 sides then of the trug. Right. Like I say, now we've got our 2 pieces. That'll be the sides I think we just need to angle these off a bit now. So we'll do the same thing. We'll measure, angle them off, and then cut. Yeah, we're going to make it 15 inches on the bottom base with the 45 on there. Turn them over that end and the 45 on this side. Yeah. And we'll do a 45 on there and the same there, and this will be our bottom base. We'll do the same with the other one then. And after you've marked them, give them a cut, and then you form your pieces. You've got your nice tapered edges on there, flat bottom, and we've got something to work with then. Looks a bit big, but I think you might need it like that actually. In there, the next step now is to see how wide you want the trug itself. Yeah, I'm going to clue, so this is just a guess. 30 centimeters maybe. Not too big. 10, I think 10 in it. 260 mil. Yeah, 260 I think. Yeah, we'll call it 260. 300 seems a bit big. And now a foot. Yeah, 260. And then we want to come over to the door stop then. And I've had this lying around for ages. It's always good to keep a bit of scrap timber. So like I said, these are going to be 260 width. So you don't want to cut these 260, you want to cut them like a fab my tape measure, which is in front of me. 260 plus the width of the timber itself, which is ½ inch. So an inch. So we've got 260. Line these up and pre-drill little holes in here, just so the wood won't split. When you put the screw in, it might split the timber. So we're going to just pre-drill these, and then we know where we are. On second, I think we'll just do it 11. We'll do it 11 inches. Yeah, we'll do it 11. We'll do it 11 inches. 285. Yeah, 285 millimeters. So we'll cut these now. 200 and, what did I say it was? 285. So we'll cut these 285. Cut a bunch of them all the way down, and that's our bottoms in and the sides going up. So these are all marked out now at 11 inches. There is a knot in there, so I'm going to leave that because that will fall out. So just leave that part and go on from there. Okay, so that's them cut. Just need all sanding down now. And then after the drilling's done, a little sand down again. And I can just do them all at the same time. That's a bit easier, isn't it? So after you've got all these done, when you've done these, then get a little countersink. And just round those holes off. So when the screw fits inside, it's not going to be stuck on the outside. The screw, that is. You end up with a nice bevel shaped. And then, so after you've done them, give them a quick sand down. And then you can turn this upside down. And we'll put these then on top of there. Like this. And then we can start working the way down that way. But if you are using smaller screws, I've just found some. These are a bit too big. I'm going to be using these small ones, so I won't have to pre-drill. I won't have to pre-drill this then. You can just go straight on. So, I'll tell you what, we'll just put that there a moment. Put this one on here. Try and get that screw dead straight in the middle. First one is on the edge. And turn your drill down, okay? The last thing you want is this thing when you got it on, so you know your settings up to 9 or 10, and it's just gonna break all the timber. So make sure you turn your settings down on your drill. Is that the same ones? No, that's not it. Where did I put those? Is that the same ones? Ah, right, okay. So these have been spaced out 20 mil, so the scrap pieces of wood that was left over, I just sandwiched them together. And I'll act as a guide there to go between between every one inside there. Okay. Like you say, you'll end up then, guys, with it. So I guess for the bottom, for all the bits of mud that falls out or whatever, and then you just keep going then with the sides. Keep going down there with the sides, and on the last one, then I will put a piece of this round that will go on the inside. Then this will. I'll cut it off on the inside on both sides. But yeah, it's just a basic trug. You know, it is what it is, I think, isn't it? Like I said, when you've got these little supports in this, then we'll go on, like I said, on the inside there. and then I'll round these off then more. I won't keep these on the corner. They'll be cut off and then rounded, just in case. I don't want that going into a polytunnel or anything, do that? A bit of a sharp edge there. Right, let's get back to it. Yeah, I cut these down now to the size that that's required on there. And then you put these on the inside like that. But we have got to mark them, haven't we? Where's my pencil? And it is. So we're going to round. I'm going to round that off there because there's quite a sharp edging on there. So we'll just use a piece of this. And then we'll round off the edges. On all four sides. Like so. And we'll just cut those off and then sand them down a bit then. Which then does look a little bit better. And then we've got our sharp edges then coming on the corners there. So now we need to mark out where these are going to go. One in there. And then one in there. We'll do the same on the other side. And don't forget to countersink. Countersink the hole so the screws fit in quite nicely and they're going to stick out. And we'll pop that in there. Make sure it's centered. That's that done, and now we need some handles, which we'll use the rest of this to make some handles with. So we've just cut some handles now, a foot long by inch. By a quarter of an inch. Drill some holes through the sides and then drill some holes through there. We're going to put these in, put the nut on, And then we'll do the same this side. Okay. So that's the two there, and now what we want now is to get some of that doweling stick and measure between them both, get a little mark, and then give that a cut, and the same the other side then. So there's two little handles, and then more sanding again. Oh, that's right there. Thought they had everything wrong there. Okay. We're going to drill some holes through there, through this one and this one to secure these handles onto it, okay? Okie dokie. Pop some screws in. Make sure she's leveled up now. Same on the other side. And that's your nice little trug from nothing, basically, from scraps of wood. A couple of screws, some some old bolts, you know, and it is what it is. I did put like a little dividing shelf in the middle. Not shelf, sorry, just a little divider part. And you haven't got to do that, you know, but and the little plastic ends that was on these sticks originally, I just took those off and used those for on there, and it is what it is. And I have given it a coat of paint just to make it look a bit brighter. Yeah, it looks quite big actually, but it is light, you know, and it's like you say, between 20 to 40 odd pound. 48 quid was the other one I seen on there for a little trug. It's quite expensive. I know it does the job, you know. There's some nice vegetables, fruits, and a couple of flowers. Right, let's go and harvest some stuff. I think we'll have a couple of onions. I forgot to add these onions here actually, but they're okay. And maybe 1 or 2 peppers. I've had to put little bags over these, little cloth bags, because they were getting attacked by little insects. That one in there. That one's not just ripe yet. I will keep these bags. And one in there. I think we'll have that one as well. And we can move the bags onto these other ones. Okay, a couple of cucumbers. It's a bit of a beast, that one is, fair play. Let me take that one off as well. Maybe a couple of tomatoes. A couple of these nice tomatoes there. A couple down in there. That one can come off as well. Nice stone-head cabbage. I think we'll have that one as well. I did think that the basket was going to be too long, too big, but by the time you put everything in here, it's okay. You know, you got some nice stone-head cabbage, some lovely tomatoes there, cucumbers, beetroot, elephant garlic, onions, and some lovely flowers there for the house as well. So yeah, it's I think it's marvelous, absolutely marvelous. Remember when I said about sit down and have 2 minutes? I don't think you ever can. Alright guys, that's it for me, and thanks for watching Leafy Lane. Don't forget to like and subscribe, give the thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye bye.